What's up guys, Nick with Atropos. Today we're at Mount Whitney.
In the beginning of November, I flew out to Las Vegas to meet my friend Frank, and from there we would drive through Death Valley to make our way over to spend the next 3 days in the Eastern Sierra. From the Las Vegas airport, we made our way over to Death Valley and camped near Badwater Basin, which is the lowest point in North America that sits 282 feet below sea level. We got up early and made the remainder of the drive over to the Mount Whitney portal. Mount Whitney stands at 14,508 feet, which is the highest mountain in the lower 48 states. We were pretty stoked to spend the night before at the lowest point and then tonight spend the night at the highest. Frank made an incredible breakfast as we got our gear together, and then we made our way over to the trailhead to weigh our bags. Unfortunately, the scale was broken. We grabbed some last-minute wag bags from the trailhead and then hit the trail. Of all my past Mount Whitney summits, this was only the second time I ever started hiking the trail while the sun was out. Usually the first 4 miles are done in the dark with a headlamp, so it was really nice to be able to see the trail with the sun out. We set out to trail camp, which is where we were going to cowboy camp for the night. From the trailhead, it's 6 miles away with 3,600 feet of elevation gain. If you've never done Whitney before, I recommend doing it as a day hike instead of doing it as a backpacking trip for your first time. The high altitude can hit different if you're not used to it.
Just past the Whitney zone, heading up to Outpost Camp, but first we got to come through this really cool meadow.
Right after passing through the Whitney zone, you'll see this meadow that follows the Lone Pine Creek, and it's truly one of my favorite areas of the whole hike. I've gotten lucky and seen some really cool wildlife in this area. The conditions were great and the trail was easy to navigate, and we stayed on the south side as we made our way up towards Outpost Camp. I took a quick detour to this half-frozen waterfall that was truly spectacular before carrying on to Mirror Lake.
Just made above Mirror Lake. It's so beautiful.
Mirror Lake is absolutely breathtaking and totally worth the stop. We carried on, and as you climb above, you can see back all the way down into the Alabama hills. 5 miles in, we hit the trailside meadow. Earlier this year, when I snow summited, this is where I had to put on my crampons and use my ice axe, as the frozen waterfall is very sketchy. You'll level off at Consultation Lake right before trail camp. We made it to trail camp around 5 p.m. right as the sun was going behind the mountain. This was actually my first time cowboy camping without a tent and using this new bivvy system, so I was excited to get it set up and stay warm. After camp was set up, I filtered out some water and we made dinner and got ready for the night. The wind started to get crazy and we even saw someone else's tent blow away. We watched the supermoon come up before calling it a night.
The wind was absolutely 100%. Oh my god, we're getting out of here. After a rough night with no sleep, below freezing temperatures, we made it back down quickly to the Whitney portal. Not much to record as we were just trying to stay warm and get out of there as the wind was just still kicking our butt. But overall, epic trip to trail camp.
The relentless and super aggressive wind was the worst I've ever camped in, and it was unsafe for us to continue to summit.
Nothing better than coming off the mountain and getting a meal from Frank.
I was super happy to get back to the portal safely and enjoy an incredible breakfast, including pancakes.
Seriously, so good. After a night of no sleep.
After breakfast, we made our way up to Mammoth Lakes to the Hilltop Hot Springs. These are some of my favorite hot springs where you can actually control the temperature.
I got some color.
One of my favorite things about Mammoth Lakes is after a day of adventuring, you can go soak in the hot springs. We checked out Hilltop Hot Springs, which is the most popular and the easiest to access, right off of the road and just a short walk from the parking lot. We got lucky and were shocked to have the hot springs all to ourselves. The record number of people we fit into this tub was 17. We enjoyed a much needed relaxing soak with some tecates and limes before going in, making dinner, and crashing out. After finally catching up and getting some sleep, we made the way over to Mammoth Lakes to the Mammoth Coffee Roasters to grab some coffee before heading over to the Mono Pass trailhead.
Just got to the Mosquito Flats trailhead, getting our stuff ready, gonna have some quick breakfast and hit the trail.
We decided to do Mono Pass as a day hike instead of an overnight, so I separated my trail running gear from all my backpacking gear, and then we enjoyed breakfast before heading over to the trailhead. I've snow backpacked this area twice, but I've never summited at Mono Pass, and I've also never explored the Little Lakes Valley. If you check out some of my old vlogs, you can see when I was snow camping out here and everything was covered in snow.
1 mile in from the Mosquito Flat trailhead, we're just now climbing up the Mono Pass. Lakes are awesome down Little Lake Valley. So fun fact, this is where Frank and I snow camped last time we were trying to do Mono Pass, and our tent almost blew off the cliff last time.
About 2 miles in, the trail will level off and you'll start climbing above Ruby Lake.
3 miles in above Ruby Lake.
I'm really happy that there's a lot of switchbacks as it makes the elevation gain a lot more manageable. The views as you continue to climb up through the boulder field keep getting better and better. Soon enough, we approach the saddle.
Just made it to Mono Pass, 12,000 feet.
Once we reached Summit Lake, there was only one thing left to do. I've always wanted to swim under a half-frozen lake, and today I got my chance.
Let's go. That was insane. Oh man.
After getting back to the Mono Pass trailhead, we decided to stop off at the Kiosk Hot Springs runoff on the 395 as we made our way back towards Death Valley. I was shocked and satisfied that these hot springs were pretty hot because usually they're only lukewarm. After a quick soak, we made the drive back to Las Vegas.
Sometimes friends just fall out. We'll try to break her all down. Accept it all now. But you post like you know who I am.